David, welcome to David News. So today I'm here with Hey fam, what's up? My name is David. Welcome to David News. So today I'm here with comrades. It's a superology. Except brass. Dangur, di mana dangur di pada saya. Ya, kimang tawang dangur, oke tawang, pada tawang mana?
Tawang sehat.
Tawang sehat. So, kita boleh lakukan main pras. You know, South Africa, especially no, there's this problem around surrounding men. So, I thought that boleh lakukan main, like rewinding, because no, we are focused on gender-based violence when we are talking about men. So let's start with money. Does money determine the value of a man? Or what's the relationship between money and a man?
Yes.
No, and I think the two cannot separate.
You can't separate a man and money.
You cannot separate them. Especially in the society and the era that we live in.
Yeah.
The two are very unseparable.
So, only moon now is naturally.
It's very tough, especially another factor of woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this narrative that you don't need to have money to have a woman.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie. At least with my own experiences. It's a lie. It's a fallacy.
Sure.
Like in general, so wrong. For example, wabana alone, individually. So if I don't involve anyone, I can say legs naza. But once I'm said I'm fit. Just like, or in a society where you have to identify yourself in a society there. Money is needed because in a family a man is a support. A man is a support. You are the head. You must make sure that your family is supported, is covered. So how will you make sure that your family is covered? Whereas all malamba so but I don't like even so I'm not hate with the situation so I get what is change but so far this is the situation, the current situation so far where men is mad.
According to me and the society actually, money it's perceived to be a factor that gives a man a real identity. When you are a man and you're broke, it actually comes to self-esteem. It shows you confidence, even how you relate with people or how people actually get to see you. They see you based on what you have, which goes to.
So does that determine who you are?
So far, according to society, we value people according to money or how rich they are.
So it's you would say it's unfortunate circumstances that we are finding ourselves in.
Yes, it's just
that money defines a man.
Money defines a man.
It's an unfortunate thing married like that.
I would agree with Tekiso saying that you cannot separate a man from money because the respect he gets from the community is actually based on that.
So it's not money necessarily.
It's a respect.
It's respect. It's these people. That's why money for them to respect you. You must have. It's about what you have.
I think that's how humans are.
And also with the society, there's this fact of woman that you cannot shy away from. And what if you are a man, obviously you are identified as a man. There must be a woman.
Yes.
And for you to have that, that's where money is.
So this thing, it's like a chain reaction in Yana. You need this for you to have this, so that you can have this. You need to be a man. You need to have money so that you can attract women and have a woman.
Yeah, if you can try to visit family gatherings, the issue of family gatherings, for you to have a voice, it's when you have money, and maybe when you are contributing somehow when it comes to the family, or if ever you come to a situation of a family, for you to feel like you're the head of the family, you are the one leading the family. You must have funds, and you must have funds, and it's true. We cannot separate that from the society. Actually.
So it's a societal thing.
Yes,
it's like that,
and it's part of us.
So, but I wish this thing it must end. Because even we are dying here because of this thing. We are failing to progress because of this thing. We don't have money and so on.
So what about this? Taking sure we mentioned our women. So in a relationship, a man and a woman, can you try to explain how money plays a role there? Besides money getting you the woman, let's say you have a woman. How does money play a role in the relationship?
In a relationship,
sustaining the woman, making sure that she's next to you, and
yes. So for you are saying in order for you to maintain a relationship, you must have money.
Yes, I agree with that statement that says for you to sustain a relationship.
You are putting it wrong. No,
understand.
In generally speaking, no. So far, I get most relationships that are working, it is where or majority of the relationships that are working, I get where there's men and women, is when a man have money. I get if this man doesn't have money, you are not providing. You are not providing. In fact, when now you can't.
I think if ever we try to say it this way, when we are in a relationship, I think we cannot separate that for the fact that women depend more on men financially. We cannot separate that.
So you are saying when it comes to a relationship, women depend on men.
Yes. I think
I feel comfortable for it to be like that myself personally.
Yes. For your confidence, for you to reprimand your woman, for you to make sure that the family is in order. Financially, you must be stable.
It's very controversial for you to make sure the family is in order. You are the one that's in charge.
You cannot be in charge with no man.
Yes, you cannot be in charge without money. And for you to feel in charge, we must first see how confident you are. And money gives the man that confidence.
So you're saying in a relationship between a man and a woman, the man must be in charge.
Must be. I think biblically also allows it.
They might rather call you a control freak or when you.
You must be in charge.
You must command the relationship.
And money gives you that charge.
Okay. So money sustain not the word maintain. It sustains the relationship, and then the money gives you charge in a way.
In a way, yes.
You fully respect the family gathering. Yes. Let's say you don't have that thing. Don't you think it affects your mental health? Because in case study crime, cases study gender-based violence. This other case in this other guy that it happens to be a man. Don't you think this type of mental health over unstable in a way, every men leading to men acting like they are acting or displaying this kind of behavior?
It does. It plays a very vital role. So, and with the issue of mental health, I see Zaga fair, but also Zaga is a play a role. Because if you can follow Casey Adaman, I'm not sure if it's confirmed. The guy who they said apparently was Agra promotion, and you'd understand with that if he's a man who grant this X number of your salary and does not get a promotion. With the promotion, the salary goes high. With the little that he had, he could not maintain his feeling. But had he gotten that, we have at least promotion. I don't know if he service and this competition. But since he did not get that, that's the way I agree. And unfortunately, over so it does play a very, very serious role. But we must not limit the discussion to just money.
Yes, I agree. I agree with what Tekiso has just said. But if ever I were to add, I would say that it's in men to be in charge. So if ever that charge is taken away from him, or that power that it's supposed to have has been taken away from or limited due to finances, he goes out to look for that charge. And it happens that he goes out looking for that charge in any way he can actually feel in charge. And most of the time it happens where it could be crime and other things, but he just wants to feel that he's in charge.
So it's one of this thing, money with regard to this thing of mental health. It plays a role. For example, let me make some practical example. You are in a relationship and you have this woman who like nice things, who like outing, who like, you see, I can say, I don't want to say slavish, but that kind of, you are in that kind of a relationship, and at some point you fail to provide. That woman of yours come to you, baby, today I wish that you can buy me this thing. I don't have money. Tomorrow comes, baby, I wish you can get me this thing. I don't have money. Within yourself, inside, there's this inner voice that's talking to you that I'm failing here. I must be in charge. I must take charge. In the process of taking charge, there are some small basic things that I must take charge of. When my woman said, I need this, you must show that you are in charge by providing when she's requesting for some things. By not providing those basic things, it doesn't show a charge there.
So this lack of charge, or this limitation of charge, somehow at some point you got the step on Stephen thing, stability of your mental health.
And also, if you check with most of the recorded rape cases, it's very rare. It's very rare. And unless if I'm proven otherwise, that you find men who are financially stable, who are wealthy, who have a family involved in this. It's men
that don't have money.
Who don't have money. Outside of that, they might have money, but they are not getting this money. You can have money, but not have a woman next to you, which will be frustrating.
So that was the discussion about how money affects men's mental health. Now I want to talk about how money influences or has an effect in the abuse, the rate of abuse.
On that one, I think comrades who have money, from my observations, that if Mokone have money, as they say, money at some point we feel like it's power, but it must not be like that. Myself, I don't feel like it is that way. Okay, but in generally, some people feel that money is power, and then when you have that power, you feel like you have enough money not to have something. For example, you will tell your woman that, no man, don't do this thing. Your woman say, no man, I must do this. You have power. You feel like you have the entire power in the world. And then your woman follow wrong wish. And then this thing is frustrating you. How come this woman refuse, whereas I have this kind of power? Or you will find that at some point you have a woman who's in a relationship who want to work, but you have this lot amount of money, but your woman, she get bored when she's alone in the house the entire day. But not because you are saying, no, I'm going to give you anything that you want. And then this woman forcing herself, she forced to go, she's forcing you that, man, I want to go to work. You said, man, I have money, I will give you that money that you are going to earn there at work. That woman, man, it's not because she wants money. She wants interaction there. So at some point, you are oppressing that woman. As we are saying, abuse is not about physically, it can be emotionally. So this woman, she's not healthy inside because of what? You are not allowing her to get that kind of privilege. So it plays a role, this thing of money in a relationship, especially in terms of abuse. But not everywhere, not everyone. Some they use that money to their privilege in order to spice their relationship. To their relationship.
They buy nice things.
They buy nice things and they make their women very happy.
So, but money, you know, money when it comes to the relationships or abuse, let's say. Most people who have a lot of money they usually get used to this thing of buying their way out of things. You cannot really say no to them. So of which it happens sometimes they get to be blinded by that. They don't really see, or at some point they'll get a no from a woman or from someone else. So when you say no to them, they take it as an offense because they can't buy you out. So they force themselves to you. They actually they think because now they have money, everything must submit under them. So that's the kind of perspective that money gives to certain people. But it only happens when people use money to buy their way out of things. So even when you say no to them, they get to force themselves in a situation to get out of, or maybe to win. So that charge that we're actually talking about, it also comes back that in relationships or with regards to abuse, you cannot take charge when someone said no. So and money gives you that kind of charge. Or maybe if ever your ego is bruised, money gives you that ego. And if someone bruises your ego by saying no to you, you feel very much offended. Or you can't really say no to me, whereas I have this kind of thing. Yes, you know who I am. Yes. So it's taken as an, and it also comes back to mental health. Money it gives you that kind of comfort, but it also has an influence to your mindset. So if ever money is used in the wrong way, it affects the mindset, and of which it leads to the abuse.
I wanna from your point, you focus. Like when money and abuse, you guys are focused on a man that has money. A man that is not no. There's the rich side. I want the poor side. When a man doesn't have money.
Okay.
Not when the woman has money. When being I think Tabang mentioned it. Mental health. You feel like a failure when you don't have money. I want to abuse and not having money. Do they relate?
Yes, they do relate.
They are very happy. No, they are very happy. So, I want to say maybe us. We are very happy because we don't have money.
So you are saying abusing?
No, it comes. It comes.
No, it's very, for me, it's very limited compared to where this man. People. That is why, if let's say I was talking about relationship. For example, let me enter the space for a family now. Example, let me refer to a family. Where there's a family, compare a family with lot of mukota and a family where there's no mukota. If you can compare the two and the happiness inside, there's a joy there with this. Same applies. A man who doesn't have money, they do very simple things to please their woman.
Because that's what I cannot afford.
This woman
go out to and they're very romantic.
But they appreciate us, man. We appreciate whatever we. This woman, she loves me the way I am. So I must appreciate this woman.
So they go all out to
appreciate.
Yes. Even the woman knows this one does not have.
No, does not have man. And I can go ring. It sounds wrong, but at some point, this woman, she's doing me a favor to be in a relationship at this state of mind of finance.
But with men who don't have money, with them their frustrations are even more. Because firstly, it's frustration that it does not have money. So you don't know when he's frustrated, what can you do? He can go around physically abusing people. And those people, they don't have anything to lose. I don't have money. I'm already suffering. To an extent you feel like, but if I abuse this woman, I go to jail, maybe I'll be better there. And the fun is this physical man knows that when I get there, woman 260, he can be a boss, he can be a one. They usually have their way planned out.
But in an instance where a man doesn't have money, you'd say it this way. So I think I would say this in spade, being called Mutuamudibu, the level of disrespect when it comes to that. You might find out your woman has money that is actually more than yours. When she's actually sweeping the house, and then you have to remove your leg, you might find sometimes it's like like you can really the psychology or maybe the psychological side of it. It's very it's stressful and it abuses someone emotionally. And I would like to agree with Tagiso by saying that when you've actually bruised a man's ego or when you've abused a man emotionally, he can go around beating people and it gives him joy. He feels like he's in charge. So of which it points back, it started where the man didn't have money and he was called Mutuamudi.
So there is substance abuse then like a perpetuate again.
There are many factors there.
Specifically in a man. Substance abuse in coloring at some point it can be at a different level. At some point we can say a peer pressure, first level, which we can say it is stressful part at this moment. It will be peer pressure, but you will interpret it as a fun. You will see that myself, I don't have any problem, but I drink every day with my friends. Why? I don't have any problem. I'm doing it for fun. I'm with my friends. And also there's this one where it relates mostly with, it can be related with mental health, as you said. There's a point where these comrades, when they're drunk, they feel like they are free. Some of their problems are invisible. Whereas there was a day where I was with this man. This man, when he's drunk, I will be with the two of them. Another one is drinking, another one is not drinking. This one, when he's drunk, he will tell you that I'm drinking because I have this and this problems. That's the reason that's forcing me to drink. And you will find that this person was pushed by the problems. But on the other side, on the back door, when I speak to this other one, he will tell you that, man, this person think that when he's drinking or when he's smoking drugs and whatnot, he think that his problems are going away. But that man said, I don't think his problems are going away. He's switching, he think he's forgetting, but he's switching this other person of his, this other side of his, he's switching on this other person of his. So
he's abusing substances as an escape.
As an escape. But on the when this person is high with this substance, still he remember those problems. The reason he's speaking about them
is because he speak more of them.
He remembers, he doesn't forget, but he not personally think, no, I'm dealing with my problems. This substance are helping me to forget.
But he keeps on talking about it.
Yeah, so
but the aim was to forget.
That's the problem.
But when it comes to substance abuse and alcohol and whatnot, I would say that sometimes you find when you don't want to face the true side of you, alcohol actually gets to assist most men when they
it's a psychological escape.
It's more like of a psychological escape.
Yes, I think they interpret it
because
or substance.
Yes, when you don't, there are certain things that we are taught at home. and those things we strongly believe in those things. When it happens that I stepped out of those boundaries, I feel very guilty, and if ever I drank alcohol or maybe I did drugs, I get to forget about that, but of which sometimes it doesn't really help. Mara, for that period, it takes you out of that world that you don't actually want to be in, and when you talk them out when you're drunk, sometimes you wake up very fine.
So it's because it may fix problems.
It does.
So
because you're talking them out. So when you wake up in the morning, you find that thing is normal.
So the reason of question.
When you want to cry out.
Yeah, I'm not drinking, but the reason of drinking is for you to cry out.
To some men
it's like that, to cry out. Like in a situation where I've impregnated someone, and I didn't have any other way of telling my family. When I was drunk, I passed that information to them, and tomorrow morning we had to deal with that issue and to find out that the issue has been killing me when I was sober, but now I got drunk and I told them. So now we are addressing the issue where I told them when I was drunk. So it gives you the balls or the guts to tell the truth as it is.
So that's one of the reasons why men abuse substance.
And you see, with alcohol, maybe this might be an advantage. I don't drink alcohol. You see people who drink alcohol. Why is this one? when some people, you see people who are reserved, who don't want to speak out their issues. When he's drunk, obviously you are drinking with colleagues, dealing with people that you are used to. You get that courage to speak out, and at the same time they offer advices. Then if you see these people who drink, they are very, very, very wise. You don't overuse some of these advices.
You have necessary engagement.
Yeah, you have necessary engagement. Then so tomorrow you wake up head on, face your problems. Some of them are fixed.
So like I said, now this thing men, you know how men are trash. By the way, do you guys agree with men are trash?
I don't.
Because I know I'm one of the good guys.
No,
but it's a general consensus.
No, you know.
But men are trash. But you, wow, men. So, what do you think? How do you think that has an influence, or what do you think the influence of those opinions? What's the influence to the next generation? What are we teaching the boys that are growing up by preaching men are trash?
At some point, this thing of men are trash. To me, I can say not personally, it doesn't affect me. I don't think what this I don't think personally at some point some of us feel like no, this thing is a rumor. It's a rumor because we don't know anything about this thing. Because personally I'm not a trash. My friends are not trash. So where is this trash? Who's this one who's a trash? So that is why some of us, personally myself, at this point I still feel like this thing is a room. And then I don't want to enter a space where for me to protect my gender or myself, I have to badmouth another side. Do I make sense?
You do.
I have a point where that I can say, but I can't say because it will feel like I'm defending my gender, whereas I'm not. But I feel like this is how it is, or a reality from my side. But men are not from my side. Men are not trash. And then the advice to the next generation is that they must take it the way I'm taking it.
Sure.
Unless if they're trash, they feel like what I'm doing is a trash, then you can interpret yourself as trash or as a dog, not a man, but personally myself, I'm a trash. My friend is a dog.
With the question that has been asked, what it does to the next generation, I think I would like to take it from the crowd and say that the so-called men are trash. It kills innocent men. You find a guy is good or a man is good, but if ever those words he keeps coming in counter with all those words. It kills innocent men, and when all those innocent men react to what has been posed to them, it turns out that it's not good. Of which it negatively affects the next generation.
It's making more men trash.
Yes. So and when when it comes to the young ones, you know, them trash run to cover everyone with the same blanket.
Tekisho, do you have anything to say?
Men are trash. It's hashtag. Hashtag men are trash. And I would want to agree partially. But one thing that we cannot avoid, even if these things are not happening in our own circle, but they are there, they're existing. And this thing, men are trash, it's broad. It's not only limited to killing a woman or raping her. Just laying a small finger on her, it is considered, we are putting you under that bracket of men are trash. But the unfortunate part is that this hashtag is being abused. Because you find there's a lady that I know, she just put a status that, hey, I'm writing tomorrow, men are still trash. It's unnecessary, but it's there. And she's constantly reminding her that men do these things. And never at any point can we separate ourselves from other men. Here we cannot say, I'm not trash, hence I'm saying not all men are trash. For now we cannot have that particular discussion. We can only sympathize with the ladies. If we know people who are doing these things, we identify them. And to the next generation, obviously at some point they are going to know that there was this era where women were killed. And I mean, I can imagine having a small child of mine growing up there, but what was happening that time? Hey, what did you do? They can ask those more kind of questions already. Since other men, you are saying you are not trash because you're not doing anything, but when other men are doing these things in your generation, what were you guys doing? So it also boils up to them to say, at some point you might have to account to the young ones. When other men were doing this, what were we doing? So I think it's one thing that we must take from that. If we know anyone who does all these things, let's identify them. If we are practicing some of these things, let's stop.
Sure. Yeah, that is all I have for you, gentlemen. It was a nice engagement.
Marathon Jorofe platform or explain or superology. Superology.
Yeah.
It will be that lockdown, I think under level 4.
Yeah.
That's when at least with interprovincial traveling was permitted. Basically that restricted.
Yeah.
So we arrived here on campus, but we are just very few were like this.
Yeah.
So we're seeing with Ludo. So we're seeing but we're not that many. And at some point to have all students returning, all of them at some point, there are some of these things that we must change, especially knowing how our management is. So we thought, no man, let's create a group. Then with the name it was not that difficult. You understand superology. It means in a space where there are ideas that are contesting each other. There's always that superior idea that will exceed everything. So that's how we came superology. But then that's how the name came. Then with superology, one good thing that I think has assisted us to achieve a lot of things. But can this one stop? What has assisted us to achieve a lot of things is that we are from different organizations. And you see, when you are championing issues with forces that are from different organizations, there is that unity and you are guaranteed support of everyone. We are all from different political structures, but we identified ourselves under one common.
So, is superology a political faction?
It's no.
What is it? What is it? Because he said it started with a group. So superology is a WhatsApp group.
It's a friendship.
It's got goals.
It's a friendship that came.
Oh yeah.
We are friends then, but we also at some point engage in politics.
Yeah.
So, but we like politics. Then this friendship of ours, let us advance it in assisting students there. Or when we can.
Yeah. So how can you assist students? You know, I'm a student and you say you assist students. What kind of assistance are you offering to students?
So you can call us at any time.
We are right.
With us, the different thing is that we offer home bodies when there are issues.
When we can't resolve. We can't resolve.
We don't want to.
We offer home bodies.
With the way
what is home bodies?
Our own physically arrive. So with the three of us, when we enter a meeting, we know it's me and Shahata. We're going to hit with logic here and here. Then Damuro will come. He's very peaceful. Then he will come outline everything. With us, we cannot choose words nice. With him, he has a good choice.